welcome to Vidyanagar online science class. Today I am going to discuss with you last few points from our fourth chemistry chapter, materials, metals and non-metals. At the end of today's module, you will learn about reaction with acids, reaction with bases, displacement reactions and the uses of metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals differ from each other in their chemical properties also. Let us compare the chemical properties of metals with those of non-metals. They are as follows: reaction with oxygen, reaction with water, reaction with acids, displacement reactions, reaction with bases. We had a discussion about reaction with oxygen and reaction with water in our previous class. We will discuss about reaction with acids, reaction with bases and displacement reactions in our today's class. Let's begin today's class with our first point, reaction of metals with acids. Reaction of metal with acids. When a metal reacts with an acid to produce hydrogen gas. When a metal reacts with acid to form hydrogen gas. So which gas forms when a metal reacts with an acid? Yes, it is hydrogen gas. When a metal reacts with an acid to produce hydrogen gas. How to test the presence of hydrogen gas then? We have to test the presence now. We have to know that whether the gas is hydrogen or any other. So how to test the presence of hydrogen? For that we have a test with us. Means on showing burning matchsticks near the mouth of the test tube, if it burns with pop sound, which indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. When we show burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube, if it burns with pop sound, which indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. How to do the test? Show burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube which contain hydrogen gas. If it burns with pop sound, which indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. So the term pop sound only for hydrogen gas. So if you see the term pop sound anywhere, you have to know that that is the presence of hydrogen gas. When a metal reacts with an acid to form hydrogen gas. In order to test the presence of hydrogen gas, you have to show the burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube if it burns with pop sound, which indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. See, metal plus acid gives salt plus hydrogen gas. So what this? This is gives. Metal plus acid gives salt plus hydrogen gas. So how to test the presence of hydrogen? Show the burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube. It burns with pop sound. P-O-P, pop sound. If you hear the pop sound or if you see the pop sound anywhere, you have to know that that is the presence of hydrogen gas. Okay, then what about the reaction between non-metal and acids? Right now we discussed that when a metal reacts with an acid to form hydrogen gas. But in case of non-metals, non-metals are generally do not react with acids. Which means there is no reaction between non-metal and acids. Only the metal react with acid to form hydrogen gas, whereas non-metals do not react with acids. So, metal react with acid to form hydrogen gas. Which gas produced from the metal acid reactions? Metal acid reactions are producing hydrogen gas. On showing the burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube, if it burns with pop sound, which indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. At the same time, non-metals do not react with the acids. Metals react with acids and produce metal salts and hydrogen gas. Generally, non-metals do not react with acids. Next chemical property is reaction of metal with base. We discussed in the previous section that when a metal reacts with an acid to produce hydrogen gas. So when a metal reacts with a base also produces hydrogen gas. When a metal reacts with base to produce hydrogen gas. When a metal reacts with a base to form hydrogen gas. So when a metal reacts with both acid and base produces hydrogen gas. When a metal reacts with a base to form hydrogen gas. Then how to test the presence of hydrogen gas? Show the burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube containing hydrogen gas. If it burns with pop sound, which indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. If it burns with pop sound, which indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. When a metal reacts with acids and bases, forms hydrogen gas. On showing the burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube, if it burns with pop sound, which indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. Okay, and what about in case of non-metal and base? We discussed in the case of acids, non-metals do not react with acids, but non-metals react with base. But these reactions are highly complex reactions. So mixing a non-metal and base is not an easy task. It is highly complex reactions. Non-metals react with the base, but such reactions are highly risky or complex reactions.
Some metals react with the base to produce hydrogen gas. The reaction between non-metal and base are complex.
Now we can discuss about the displacement reactions. Before defining the displacement reactions, let's discuss some interesting examples. You can see Fe and copper sulfate on the board. Fe means what? Iron, and CuSO4 is copper sulfate. And your task is to consider Fe and Cu as two football teams. So which are the football teams here? Fe and Cu. Two football teams, your favorite football teams, Fe and Cu. As per the details, the last year's cup won by Cu. So this is cup. SO4 is the cup. So as per the details, last year's cup won by which team? Cu. So now the cup with whom? Cu. Okay. And due to that tournament, the team Iron is so much disappointed and they started to work hard, and now they become a highly energetic or highly reactive team. And this was the case in 2019. And in 2020, these two teams again going to fight between each other in the final. So in the 2020 tournament, these two teams again going to play. Right. So the play is going on, and at the end of the play, what happened? You see, the team Fe won the cup. That is FeSO4, and who became the disappointed team now? Cu. So what is the idea you have to get from this? Those who have more power, those who have high energy, or which team is highly reactive, or which metal is highly reactive, displaces. Displaces means what? Takes or removes. Displaces less reactive metal from their compounds or solutions. So here Fe and Cu are the two teams, and now which is more reactive or which is more powerful? Fe. So Fe won the cup and Cu displaced from the tournament. And Cu out of the tournament. Why? Because Fe is highly reactive. So the displacement reaction is the reaction in which highly reactive metal displaces. Highly reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from their compound or solutions. So here iron is the highly reactive metal than copper. So iron displaces copper from the copper sulfate and it changes to FeSO4 plus Cu. Are you remembering our last year's, your 7th standard experiment? The blue color, when we kept the blade in the blue color solutions, the blue color solution changes to pale green. So which was that pale green solution? FeSO4, ferrous sulfate. So what is displacement reaction? Displacement reactions are the reactions in which highly reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from their compound or solution. So here in this reaction, iron is more reactive than copper. So iron displaces or removes Cu from the CuSO4 and changes to FeSO4. We can discuss one more example. You can see two part of reactions on the board, right? So first one, say zinc Zn plus CuSO4 gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. When zinc reacts with copper sulfate, we get the products like zinc sulfate and copper, which means zinc is more reactive than copper. So zinc displaces copper from copper sulfate and form ZnSO4 and Cu. And you just check it here. Here just opposite. Cu instead of CuSO4, Cu, and instead of ZnSO4, Zn. In this case, there is no reaction. In this case, there is no reaction. When zinc react with the copper sulfate, we get the products like ZnSO4 plus Cu. But if we use this opposite, we will not get any reaction. Because here the highly reactive metal is zinc. Here the highly reactive metal is zinc. So that highly reactive metal already in ZnSO4 form. But if that SO4 with Cu, Zn takes the SO4 from the Cu and changes to ZnSO4. But here SO4 is already with zinc because zinc is a highly reactive metal than copper. So in this case, there is no reaction. But here you can see the reaction because the reactive metal zinc is free and less reactive metal copper in the combined state. So zinc can displace copper from the copper sulfate solution and we get the products like ZnSO4 and Cu. So displacement reactions are the reactions in which highly reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from their compounds or solutions. That's all about the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Let's recollect which are the chemical properties of metals and non-metals we discussed. Reaction with oxygen, reaction with water, reaction with acids, reaction with base, and finally displacement reactions. These are the chemical properties of metals and non-metals.
Displacement reaction is a chemical reaction in which a more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its compound. Both metals and non-metals take part in the displacement reactions. Example, reaction of iron nails with copper sulfate solution.
Now we are about to discuss the uses of metals and non-metals. First we can discuss about the uses of metals. Can you say what are the uses of metals? Yes. As you know, metals are used in machinery. Metals are used to make machineries. Metals are used in wires. Metals are used in sheets. Metals are used in automobiles. Metals are used in aeroplanes, trains, and metals are used in electrical gadgets. And metals are used in jewelries. Metals are used in the construction sites. And also some metals like sodium, calcium, iron are essential for the human body. So the uses of metals are used to make wires, metals are used to make sheets, metals are used to make automobiles, aeroplanes, trains, electrical gadgets, and metals are used in the jewelries, metals are used in construction sites. Besides these, metals like sodium, iron, calcium are essential for the human body. Which means there are a lot of uses for the metals. Like metals are used in the machineries, Metals are used in automobiles, trains, electrical gadgets, jewelries, etc. And some metals are needed by our body like iron, calcium and sodium, etc. Now we can discuss about the uses of non-metals. The uses of non-metals are very important in this chapter. The uses of non-metals are essential for our life, which all living beings inhale during breathing. Can you say which gas inhales during breathing? Exactly, it is oxygen. Oxygen is a gas which helps us to survive in this world. So, oxygen is a non-metal. Oxygen is a non-metal. So, which is the first use of non-metal? Non-metals are essential for our life, which all living beings inhale during breathing. So, that gas is oxygen, and oxygen is an example of non-metal. So, which gas inhaled during breathing? Oxygen, and oxygen is a non-metal. So, that is the first use of non-metal. And the second one, carbon dioxide used by the plants to produce the food. That process is known as photosynthesis. So, the plants uses which gas for the photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide. And carbon is a non-metal. Not only carbon and oxygen also non-metal. So, this is the second use of non-metal. And the third one, non-metals are used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. Some non-metals are used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. The non-metals like nitrogen and phosphorus used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants or for the better growth of plants. So, which non-metals used in the fertilizers? Nitrogen and phosphorus. And non-metal is used in the water purification process. Have you heard about bleaching powder? Yes. Which non-metal is present in bleaching powder? Chlorine. So, chlorine is acting as the disinfecting agent. It kills the germs. So, which non-metal is used in water purification? Chlorine. Chlorine is a non-metal. Chlorine is a non-metal. And the next one, the purple colored solution which we use as an antiseptic contains a non-metal named iodine. Have you heard about betadine ointment or betadine solution? What is its color? It's brown color, no? So that brown color is due to the presence of iodine. Iodine is a non-metal. What is antiseptic? Antiseptic is the ointment which we use in our wounds to cure it. So the non-metal iodine is used as an antiseptic. And some non-metals are used in crackers. Have you heard about crackers? It's burst it out, right? Burning substances. So the sulfur, the non-metal sulfur is used in crackers. So what are the uses of non-metals? All living beings need non-metals like oxygen, which all living beings inhale during breathing. Oxygen is a non-metal. Carbon dioxide is used in photosynthesis. It is also an example of non-metals. And nitrogen and phosphorus are used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. Nitrogen and phosphorus are examples of non-metals. Chlorine is a non-metal which is used in the water purification process. Iodine is an antiseptic. Iodine is a non-metal which used as an antiseptic to cure the wounds. And the sulfur, the non-metal sulfur used in crackers. So these are the uses of non-metals. And let us conclude today's module or today's class. I hope all of you got the points and watch the video. Try to understand the concept. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.